Hey cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. Does your cat demand attention during your Zoom calls, knock things off your table just for fun, or stare at you like you're their underpaid servant? In the cat world, that's not called attitude, it's catitude. But is catitude really a thing, or are we just misunderstanding our feline friends? And where did this term even come from? More importantly, is it fair to say cats have an attitude, or are they just unapologetically themselves? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on your feline companion. If you enjoyed this kind of content, subscribe to the channel for more cat videos. Now let's dive into the world of catitude. What is catitude? So let's start with the basics. Catitude is a playful mashup of the words cat and attitude. It's often used to describe that sassy, independent, or even aloof behavior that people associate with cats. You've probably heard someone say, "That cat has some serious catitude," while describing a feline that acts like they own the place. Whether it's sitting regally in your favorite chair or swatting a glass off the table while making eye contact with you. The term itself doesn't have a clear origin, but it gained traction in the late 20th and early 21st centuries as cats became stars of pop culture. Think about viral internet sensations like Grumpy Cat, whose seemingly permanent scowl made millions laugh and helped cement the idea of catitude in our minds. The rise of memes, GIFs, and social media posts showing cats being unapologetically themselves made catitude a household term. If your cat has ever given you side-eye or acted like royalty in your home, click that like button. Cats and stereotypes. To really understand catitude, we have to dig into the stereotypes surrounding cats. For centuries, people have viewed cats as mysterious, aloof, or even untrustworthy. Remember those old superstitions about black cats being bad luck? Thankfully, most of us have moved past that, but some stereotypes still stick. One of the most common ones, that cats are cold or indifferent. Unlike dogs who wag their tails and practically throw themselves at you with joy, cats are more subtle in their expressions. And that subtlety often gets misinterpreted as having an attitude. Then there's the idea that cats are demanding. If you've ever had a cat stare at you until you fill their food bowl or meow at you until you open a door, you know what I mean. But is that really attitude, or are they just good communicators? Here's where things get interesting. The idea that cats have an attitude often comes down to misunderstanding their behavior. Cats aren't being sassy or rude, they're just cats. Let me explain. First, cats are solitary hunters by nature. Unlike dogs, who are pack animals, cats evolved to rely on themselves. This means they're naturally more independent, which some people mistake for aloofness. When your cat doesn't come running when you call them, it's not because they're ignoring you. It's because in their world, responding to a call isn't as instinctive as it is for a pack animal. Second, cats communicate differently than we do. A flick of the tail, a slow blink, or even a deliberate turn of the head, all of these are ways cats speak. When we don't pick up on these cues, it's easy to misinterpret their behavior as standoffish or moody. And let's talk about those moments when cats seem to overreact. You know, like when you try to pet their belly and they swat at you. This isn't attitude, it's instinct. In the wild, their belly is a vulnerable spot, so they're just protecting themselves. Once you understand the why behind their actions, it's clear they're not trying to be difficult. They're just being true to their instincts. What to do if your cat seemingly has catitude? So what should you do if your cat seems to have a little extra catitude? Whether they're ignoring you, refusing to cuddle, or acting out in ways that seem sassy, the key is understanding their needs and finding ways to strengthen your bond. Here are some practical tips to help. Number 1, respect their boundaries. Cats are independent creatures, and they're not always in the mood for attention. If your cat walks away when you try to pet them or seems annoyed, don't take it personally. Give them space and let them come to you when they're ready. This can actually help build trust over time. Number 2, engage them through play. Sometimes what looks like an attitude is just pent-up energy. Cats are natural hunters, and interactive toys like feather wands or laser pointers can help them channel that energy in a healthy way. Playtime also strengthens your bond and helps prevent boredom. Number 3, pay attention to body language. Learn to recognize the signs your cat is giving you. A flicking tail, flattened ears, or a low growl might mean they're overstimulated or not in the mood for interaction. Conversely, purring, slow blinks, or relaxed posture are signs they're comfortable and happy. Number 4, rule out medical issues. If your cat's behavior changes suddenly, like they start hiding, acting aggressive, or refusing food, it could be a sign of an underlying health issue. In these cases, it's best to consult your vet to rule out anything serious. Number 5, create a cat-friendly environment. Cats thrive in environments that cater to their instincts. This means providing cozy spots for naps, vertical spaces like cat trees for climbing, and scratching posts to satisfy their needs to scratch. A stimulating environment can reduce stress and make your cat feel more secure. Number 6, strengthen your communication. Cats are great at picking up on your cues, and they appreciate it when we return the favor. Try mimicking their slow blinks to show affection, or experiment with different tones of voice when you talk to them. Over time, you'll learn what works best for your unique cat. Number 7, practice patience. Finally, remember that cats are creatures of habit. If you're trying to address a specific behavior, like jumping on counters or scratching furniture, consistency is key. Use positive reinforcement like treats or praise to encourage good behavior and be patient as they learn. By taking the time to understand your cat's needs and personality, you'll start to see that what might look like attitude is really just their way of communicating or reacting to their environment. And when you meet them halfway, you'll find that living with a cat is one of the most rewarding experiences out there. The science behind cat behavior. Let's dive into the fascinating science of cat behavior. Did you know that cats form strong bonds with their guardians, even if they don't show it in obvious ways like dogs? Research from Oregon State University reveals that cats exhibit attachment styles similar to those of dogs and even human infants. That's right, your cat might look aloof, but deep down they're emotionally connected to you. So if your cat doesn't jump with joy when you come home, it's not because they don't care. It's just not their style. Instead, cats show affection in more subtle ways. For instance, when your cat rubs against you or headbutts you, they're not just being pushy, they're marking you with their scent. It's their way of saying, "You're mine and I trust you." And what about those cute but perplexing behaviors like kneading? Many people think it's just a quirk, but kneading is actually a comforting habit that traces back to kittenhood. When kittens nurse, they knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. So when your adult cat kneads you, it's a sign they feel safe and relaxed. Here's another mind-blowing fact. Cats primarily meow to communicate with humans, not other cats. In the wild, adult cats use body language and scent to communicate with each other. But with us, they've learned that vocalizing gets our attention. That's why your cat's meows have different tones and pitches. They're trying to talk to you in a language they think you'll understand. And let's not forget those slow blinks. If your cat gazes at you and blinks slowly, that's not attitude, it's love. In cat language, a slow blink is like a smile. So the next time your furry friend gives you that dreamy-eyed look, try blinking slowly back. It's a simple way to strengthen your bond and show them you love them too. Why we love Cattitude. Alright, so if Cattitude isn't really attitude, why do we love it so much? I think it's because it reminds us of what makes cats so unique. They're independent but affectionate, mysterious yet playful. They keep us guessing, and let's be honest, they keep us entertained. There's something deeply satisfying about earning a cat's trust. When a cat chooses to sit on your lap, purr in your presence, or give you that slow blink of approval, it feels special, because it is. Cats don't give their love away easily, and that's part of their charm. Embracing the real Cattitude. So what can we take away from all this? First, let's stop labeling cats as having an attitude in a negative way. Instead, let's appreciate their behavior for what it really is. A fascinating blend of instinct, communication, and personality. Second, if you're a cat guardian, take the time to understand your cat's unique quirks. Watch their body language, learn their preferences, and respect their boundaries. The more you understand them, the stronger your bond will be. And finally, let's celebrate Cattitude. It's what makes cats so endlessly entertaining and lovable. They might not wag their tails like dogs or jump for joy when you come home, but their love is just as real, and maybe even more rewarding because you have to earn it. Related terms, Tortitude and Tuxitude. Before we wrap up, we need to talk about two closely related terms that cat lovers might have heard of, Tortitude and Tuxitude. These are fun extensions of Cattitude, and they focus on specific types of cats. Let's break them down. First up, Tortitude. This term refers to the personality quirks often associated with tortoiseshell cats, or torties for short. If you've ever had the privilege of living with a tortoiseshell cat, you know they're known for their feisty, sassy, and confident demeanor. Many tortie guardians swear their cats have extra attitude, like they know they're special and aren't afraid to show it. But is Tortitude real, or is it just a myth? Some researchers and behaviorists think there might be a grain of truth to it. Tortoiseshell cats often stand out because their distinct coat patterns are associated with unique genetics, which can possibly lead to bolder, more assertive personalities. While there's no specific proof that Tortitude is a universal trait, the anecdotes from tortie guardians are pretty compelling. Now let's talk about Tuxitude. This one's all about tuxedo cats, those dapper felines with striking black and white coats that make them look like they're ready for a fancy dinner party. Tuxedo cats are often described as charming, social, and a little mischievous. Many tuxedo cat guardians say their cats have a knack of making everyone fall in love with them, whether it's through their playful antics or their knack for looking regal one moment and goofy the next. Like Tortitude, Tuxitude isn't officially backed by science, but it's a term of endearment that captures the essence of these cats' distinctive personalities. It's all about celebrating the unique traits that make these coat patterns so memorable. Whether you're a Torty guardian, a tuxedo cat fan, or just a lover of all things feline, these terms highlight the individuality of our cats. Each one has its own version of catitude, and that's what makes them so special. Alright cat lovers, that's it for today's deep dive into the world of catitude. So what's the sassiest thing your cat has done recently? Comment below, we love hearing your stories. Thank you guys for watching, and now we invite you to check out one of these PAWSOME videos next. We'll see you there, cat lovers.